Hello, my name is Terri. This is a beginner yoga class, and I want to invite all of you to give it a try. If you've never done yoga before, you can modify some of the moves. If you're a veteran, then I'll make some challenges for you during the course of the class too. So let's start. If you have a nice yoga mat or a comfortable place on the floor, it's easiest to be barefoot if you, or some socks that have a sticky bottom for balance. So we're going to start by standing up nice and tall. So posture is very, very important. So we're going to draw the navel in and then gently lift from the crown of the head and soften our knees just a little bit. So relax your shoulders. We're going to do a breathing exercise to start. I want you to place your hands on your belly. We're going to do some nice deep diaphragmatic breaths. So we're going to inhale, and I want you to feel your belly expand like a balloon. And then on the exhale, just relax, pulling that navel in towards the spine and pushing in all that stale air out of your lungs. Take another nice, slow, deep breath. And exhale. So you want to really make sure you complete your exhalation so the inhale can be larger. So a nice full breath, filling up the lungs with oxygen. So breathing is so important because it's the bridge between the mind and the body. And the breath is also the quickest way to get energy into the body. So we're going to take 2 more nice full breaths. Wonderful. And then we're going to release it, and we're going to start warming up by taking a nice full breath, inhaling the arms overhead. We're going to do something called a standing twist. We're going to reach one arm back and one arm forward. And then just soften the knees. Look out over the outstretched front hand, or you can look behind the shoulder. And that's a nice, wonderful neck stretch. Inhale nice and tall. Exhale to the other side, and decide if you want to add that neck twist. Good, and then inhale nice and tall. Good, we're going to pretend like we're holding a ball. We're going to take it over to the side, a little lateral stretch to one side. And then inhaling again, nice and tall. Exhale as you take it to the side. As soon as you feel a little bit of resistance, pause, and then inhale nice and tall again. One more time, let's take it to the side. So make sure your feet are rooted into the ground as you gently bend. Beautiful, and then inhale back up. We're going to bring the hands to prayer. And then from here, we're going to slide our hips back. And so we're going to bend the knees, and we're going to take a nice deep breath here, and we're going to add a little twist. So you're going to drop one shoulder, look over to your right side. Inhale back to center, and then exhale to the other side. And if you want to go deeper, just hook that elbow against the outside of the knee. So let's try that one more time. Inhale, center. Just a gentle twist as you look, or hook that elbow to knee. Good. Inhale back to center and twist. Good. And then coming back to center, we're going to stand up. We're going to go ahead and come back into that position. We're going to squat, sliding the hips back, and take it to chair with the arms parallel to the ground. Beautiful. From here, we're going to take our right arm. I want you to bring it back and do another standing twist with bent knees. So just be nice and strong in that squat. Good. The back hand's going to come forward. And then we're going to inhale and stand up. Take your time. Circle the arms around, returning to chair. Good. Now take the other arm, bring it back. Extend that arm behind you. Stay nice and deep in this squat. And then bring that arm forward. Good, really strengthening that lower body. And then take your time coming back up. Wonderful, and relax. Let those arms float back to your side. Let's take the legs a little bit wider. And so now we're in a nice comfortable squat, and you decide what works for you. So we're gonna take a nice deep breath. We're gonna bring the arms up into a V shape. So this is called the 5-pointed star. What we're gonna do is we're gonna bend our knees. We're gonna drop straight down as we bend the elbows to 90 degrees. Good, and then we're gonna inhale back to 5-pointed star. And then as we bend our knees and drop the hips straight towards the floor, the arms come to 90 degrees, or they call it goalpost arms. And then again, nice deep breath, look up. And now this last one, we're gonna come down and we're gonna continue to come through again to the heart center, pressing the palms together. Beautiful. Now from here, we're gonna stand. We're gonna take one foot and bring it in, and then that right leg is going to turn so we can transition into warrior two. So this front knee is trapped over ankle. Good, arms are reaching opposite directions. And a nice strong gaze over that middle finger. So make sure you're nice and tall. Your head is over your heart's over your hips. You're taking a nice deep breath, and from here, we're gonna take the front hand and place it just in front of the knee, and the other arm's gonna come up towards the sky. So just notice how that feels. And then we're gonna take the arm and drop it, and I want you to make a big circle around the body. So if that feels comfortable on your shoulders, we're gonna draw some nice circles around the body. Loosening up the shoulders and that upper back. One more time, we're gonna take the arms up this time and hold it. And from here, you can release the hand on the leg and actually go into bent knee triangle, if that feels all right. Otherwise, just keep the hand on the thigh. Take 3 breaths here. And then we're going to start to straighten this front leg. Bring the other hand behind you, and you can bind behind the back or reach for the back of the thigh. Both legs are going to stay straight as we go into reverse triangle. So you're lifting the arms up to where you feel comfortable, maybe a little deeper. And then we're going to start our exhale and transition either to this modified position, which is a right angle pose, or into bent knee triangle. Take a deep breath here. And then on the exhale, coming through, starting to straighten that front leg and follow the arm up towards the ceiling. So let's do that one more time. Coming down to bent knee triangle, or kind of a right angle pose with the arms over the head. And then we'll transition as we lift and stretch. Good, and then returning, we're gonna turn so that both toes are facing forward, and we're now in a nice comfortable straddle. So we're gonna take the hands back to the heart. Good, and from here we're gonna soften the knees again. We're gonna drop, imagine your trunk is like an elevator, and you're gonna drop down straight like an elevator towards the floor as you bend your knees. Make sure your knees are always going in the direction of the toes. So if this is difficult, just bring your feet in a little farther. It doesn't have to be deep. You just wanna make sure you have a nice long spine with good posture. Wonderful, stay right here, take a couple nice deep breaths, strengthening those upper legs. Beautiful, one more breath. And then go ahead and take your time as you straighten the legs. We're gonna walk the feet together. So we're gonna work on balance, and then we're gonna go to the other side and do that same series. So what we're gonna do first is I want you to take a nice deep breath. take your hands maybe to your hips for now. We're gonna transfer our weight over to one leg and then raise a heel. And then I want you to shift your weight and pick up the other heel. So just shifting the weight from right to left, see how that feels. And if you're comfortable with that, we're gonna add the opposite arm. So we're gonna go ahead and lift that right heel. We're gonna take the left arm up, just parallel to the ground. And then we're gonna switch. So opposite arm is leg. And getting just comfortable shifting our weight from side to side. Remember, you want to look about 4 to 6 feet in front of you. Now, if you want a little bit of a challenge, you can do the same thing, but add a knee lift and take the arm all the way up towards the ceiling. And then take it down and shift. Remember, you can just stay on the ball of the foot or try raising the knee. Listen to your body. Shift and lift. Good, shift and lift. Good, let's do it one more time. Opposite leg. Beautiful. And then coming down nice and low. Wonderful. Okay, now we're going to try a balance that takes you, works on the internal, external hips. So it's the really good for building up strength for the abductors and adductors. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to start with a little wider stance. This is called shift and lift. So it's not just lifting a leg out to the side. We're actually going to make sure we shift our weight, and then we're going to pick up the other leg. So if you're insecure about this balance, just shift your weight and raise a heel like we did earlier. It's just a shift, lift the heel off the ground. So just kind of like gently rocking the boat from side to side. So you can continue to do this, or you can make it a little bit more challenging. So as you shift the weight, you're going to pick up the other leg, flex the foot, lift it off the ground. Good, shift your weight and lift. Shift and lift, and it doesn't have to be high. So if it's more comfortable for you to take the arms out to the side. So take your time. First the heel, and then the toe. Good. Lift the heel, and then maybe the toe. Good. Shift, heel, toe. Shift, heel, toe. Good. So really working those inner outer thigh muscles that we seldom use normally. So we're going to shake that out. And then we're going to get ready, and we're going to step a nice wide step again so we can work on our flow on the other side. So remember, the right foot turns in towards me, the other foot turns out to the side. We bend the knee and we drop into warrior two. So again, our gaze is over this front arm. And we're taking some nice, even breaths. So when you're ready, this front arm is going to come down just above the knee on the thigh. The back hand lifts up towards the sky. And then we're going to come through warrior two. Palm is up, and we're going to follow that front hand as we straighten the leg. We're going to come all the way up and back. Good, coming through warrior two. So either the hand on the thigh or the hand on the inside of the knee for bent knee triangle. So now you're stacking the shoulders, making a straight line from wrist to wrist. And then we're going to switch. As we come through warrior two, you start to straighten the leg as that arm floats up. And we follow those fingers up wherever we feel comfortable. So let's try that again. When you're ready, exhale down. The knee is over ankle, either to the thigh or to the inside. Good, take your time coming through Warrior Two. As that leg starts to straighten, we reach up. Beautiful, and then we're gonna exhale back down. This front arm's gonna again come to the thigh. And as we turn, we're gonna drop this arm and we're gonna warm up the shoulder on this side. So we're making big circles around the body. Make sure that front knee is staying right over the ankle. Good. And you just take it to a range of motion that works for you. If you have to keep your elbow bent, that's fine. Just trying to get some mobility in the body, create much more flexibility. Okay, wonderful. So let's go ahead and straighten the legs. Good, turn both toes forward. And then we're gonna walk the feet together. We're gonna come to one end, either end of your mat, and we're gonna finish up our work on the floor. So I'm gonna take my jacket off. It's getting warmer in here. So we're gonna start with our feet hip distance apart. I want you to take a nice full breath. Inhale up. On the exhale, fold forward. Placing the hands down on the mat, you're gonna step one foot back. And then gently the other foot back. Good, and then we're gonna go ahead and go right into a downward facing dog. So we're gonna modify this by just pedaling the heels. And then we're gonna bend both knees. And we're gonna step the hands forward so the wrists are directly underneath the shoulders. We're gonna go right into some cat-cow. So releasing any tension in the spine, we're gonna curl the back as we exhale. And inhale, just let the belly drop. Gently lifting the chin. Let's do two more with the breath. And then we're going to come to a nice neutral back as the right leg goes behind. Opposite hand comes forward. We're going to raise the arm and the leg. And then we're going to exhale it back down. Inhale, lift and stretch. Exhale, back down. Let's do two more. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, relax. One more time. Lift and reach from wall to wall. And then take your time as you come back down. Good, we're gonna go to the other side. Extend the leg first, and then bring the fingers forward. We're gonna slowly raise the arm and the leg with the breath. And then on the exhale, they're gonna come down together. Good, inhale and lift. Good, exhale, release. Good, float arm and leg up. Exhale, let them melt back down. Good, one more time. Inhale, lift and hold. Good, take your time coming down. We're gonna go ahead and tuck our toes. We're gonna sit back onto our heels. You're gonna come onto your elbows, or you can extend those arms all the way out. Good, let's take a nice deep breath as we come up. We're gonna again bring those hands back underneath the shoulders, but this time we're gonna take one leg out to the side. Same arm as leg comes up. And again, we're opening up the chest and shoulders. And then we're gonna take this top arm and it's gonna come through. We're gonna kind of thread the needle underneath. And then take a nice deep breath, bring it right back up to the ceiling. And then we're gonna thread the needle so the hand comes through and it just hovers. inhale gently back up. Good, take your time as you come back down. And then we just soften this knee, bring it back in. So the same thing on the other side, the leg extends, we raise the arm, we stack the shoulders. When you're ready, this top arm comes in. It tucks underneath the arm and the leg. Good, and then we inhale back up. Good, exhale. That arm just gently hovers, and then we bring it back up. Good, one more time. Slide it in. You just take it to where it's comfortable for you. Good, bring it back up. And then this arm comes down, the knee comes in, and then we shoot our feet off to one side so we can sit back comfortably down on our hips. And we're gonna slide those feet forward. So we're gonna transition into a nice sitting position. This is called the staff pose. We're gonna flex the feet. We're gonna sit up as tall as we can as we raise the arms. Now from here, we're gonna start to bend the knees, folding forward, and then just place the hands wherever they feel comfortable, either the ankles or the feet. But that we have that slight bend in the knee as we fold our chest in towards the thigh. So you're gonna start feeling this stretch behind the thighs, so that upper hamstring. So if you're more of a veteran, you can extend those legs and fold in. Good, and then we're going to slowly bring ourselves back up. We're going to bend one knee. So we're going to grab the knee, draw the knee in towards the chest, sitting up as tall as we can. So you're hugging that knee to chest. Think about a long spine, relaxed shoulders. So feel free to stay right here or take this foot to the outside of the other leg. And we're going to hug that leg as we look back over our shoulder. So this should feel good. It's a comfortable spinal twist. To stay with the breath. And then returning to center, we're going to switch legs. Remember, you have the option of just hugging, staying right here, and maybe just looking over the shoulder, or making it a little deeper. Wonderful. And then coming back to center, we're actually going to bend both legs. Make sure you find the center of your mat. And we're going to do an abdominal exercise. We're going to reach underneath the knees. We're going to lift the toes off the floor. We're going to find our sit bones. And we're going to try and raise the legs to boat. So the knees and ankles are together. We're lifting from our heart center. Relax your feet. And then maybe you can take your arms out from underneath your legs, and maybe you can even pulse. So working our core, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, reach back underneath the knees. Take your time as you lower the heels. Excellent. And then we're gonna go ahead and take our hands. We're gonna slide our hips near our heels. And then we're going to take our time as we gently roll down onto our back. And our hands come to our side and we're relaxed. So the entire spine is relaxed on the ground. We're going to do a flow series. So we're going to start by taking a nice deep breath, letting the navel drop in towards the mat or floor. And then you're going to raise your hips into bridge. So as your hips come up, you start to bring your weight into your shoulders. Good. Now this is one of the best exercises you can do to strengthen the lower back. Make sure your hips are level, your arms are relaxed, you're breathing. And we're going to stay in the bridge for one more breath. And then starting from the neck, we're going to peel it down one vertebrae at a time. And then we're going to do another sequence. So we're going to start to lift the hips, shift your weight to your shoulders. You can stay right here or you can try raising your arms. So if you've been doing yoga a little bit longer, take your arms so that they're reaching for the ceiling. And maybe some of you can take your arms all the way back towards your ears. And we're going to stay here for 2 more breaths. And then we're going to start to bring the arms down. And as soon as you see your fingers, you're going to start to peel down from the base of the neck, one vertebrae at a time, so that the hands and the hips synchronize and come back together. Okay, come down together. Good. Let's do that one more time. We're going to inhale. You have the option of lifting the arms or keeping them at your side. We're going to raise the hips up, extending those arms back. And then take your time as the arms start to float back down. Start to focus on rolling down one vertebrae at a time. Excellent. And then from here, we're going to go ahead and hug a knee to chest. So take the right knee and bring it in. The other leg's going to slide out. So flex the foot. Peel your forehead up if it feels okay. Otherwise, just stay here on the ground and just enjoy this stretch as you hug the knee to chest. If you want a deeper abdominal workout, peel that forehead up towards the knee. Good. We're going to lower the head down if it was up. You're going to make sure that both legs are coming down to the floor or mat. We're going to take the opposite hand to the top of the knee. We're going to fold that knee across the body and come into seated twist. So you can add a neck stretch by looking out over the extended arm, or you can keep it simple with the other arm at your side and just looking up at the ceiling. But you want to increase the flexibility here in your lower back, and so we're releasing any tightness from the bridge. We're going to stay here for one more breath. And then that knee comes back. And all we're going to do is switch sides. So the other knee hugs in. And of course, you've got that option of just staying right here. Or maybe peeling up and maybe lifting that extended leg. So if you've peeled up, you want to lower your head. And then you want to take the opposite hand across as you fold that knee across the body. Try and relax your shoulders to the floor as you look away. Take your time as you return to center. Excellent. We're going to bring both knees in. We're going to bring our hands to our side, and I want you to lift your head and shoulders, coming up onto your elbows, and then slowly bring yourself back up to a seated position. We're going to bring both knees to one side. So you're going to sit comfortably, and we're going to go right into something called the deer pose. So what you're going to do is turn towards that outside leg. The other hand's behind your back like a kickstand. We're going to look over the shoulder. And then we're going to return to the center, but we're gonna take our hands actually behind our back. I want you to square your shoulders off to that side knee, and we're gonna actually come forward. And you're thinking about leading with your heart. So your heart's coming down towards your knee. And you're needing to use your core muscles for this exercise. So if this is a little bit challenging and doesn't feel comfortable for you, you can modify this by putting the fingertips on the ground and doing a little bit of a push-up. Dropping the chest towards the knee and pushing up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Good. Exhale down. And inhale up. Good. And you can do as many of these as you want. If you want to start building up strength in your arms and your pec. Wonderful. Because we're going to go to the other side. So you're just lifting the knees up, dropping the feet to the other side, going into the twist first, looking over the shoulder. Good, and then turning towards that other knee, either the hands behind or out in front. We're folding into that knee. So remember, you've got that option of just taking the hands down and doing some nice and easy push-ups. So think about dropping the heart towards your thigh and then push it back up. Good, drop and fold. Good, and lift. Couple more. Exhale down. Good, inhale back up. Exhale down. Beautiful, inhale back up. Good, and then we're gonna come back to center. The knees are gonna come, and we're gonna actually bring the soles of the feet together. This is called our butterfly. We're gonna take a moment just to kind of relax those knees. Stretch them open. So if you're really, really tight in the hips, this is a great exercise to do against the wall. You can take one hand behind your back and take the other hand and put just some gentle pressure on one knee. And just every day, just try and work that knee down an inch or so. So this will start to really loosen up those tight hips. And then take the other hand behind, and then just one leg at a time, just to try and loosen things up. Good, and then bringing both hands over the feet and then maybe folding forward. Try and relax both knees to the ground. And then we're going to inhale up and we're going to take one leg out to the side. So we're going to work our side obliques. So we're extending one leg straight out. We're going to walk our hands out that leg as the other arm comes up over the head. And we're reaching towards the toe of that extended leg. So you should really feel this in those side lats. So you just go where you feel comfortable. Grab for the ankle or the toe. But we're just like reaching over a big barrel. And again, you want to stay here with at least 3 to 4 breaths. And anytime you're stretching, what you're doing is you're training your body to move with relaxation rather than tension. So as you extend that other leg, try not to hold on to any tension. Just gently walk your hands out as far as it'll go. Inhale the other arm up. And when you're ready, just use the breath to start to slowly drop a little deeper into the stretch. So with every exhale, you're just relaxing a little deeper. Try and let go of tension. Good, take your time as you inhale up. So with time, that'll get easier and easier and your flexibility will get better and better. We're gonna take the legs out in front and take a moment to kind of shake that out. We're just gonna roll out those legs, pound out the knees a little bit. Good, and then just roll it up. Excellent, so we're gonna do a couple more exercises. I want you to take your time as you bring the legs in. And we're gonna sit up nice and tall again, and I want you to focus now on keeping a nice straight spine. Think about lifting from the crown. Good, and then we're gonna finish with we're gonna be lengthwise to the mat. And again, what we're gonna do is we're gonna straighten one leg, we're gonna reach behind the other knee, and we're gonna roll down one vertebrae at a time. Good, and then we're gonna extend that leg, and we're just gonna take it right up towards the ceiling. Do it the best you can, relax the foot. And if you wanna go a little deeper, you could bend that other leg, slide your hands up, and then draw that straight leg in towards your body. For a really deep hamstring stretch. So even just extending up, pointing towards the ceiling, just reaching behind that thigh is still good. You're still getting that stretch in the upper hamstring. Do the best you can. And we're gonna take the ankle, cross it over the opposite knee. This is called lying pigeon. You can either take that knee and just press it away for a hip stretch, or you can reach behind your other thigh and come into a deeper hip stretch. Maybe work that back leg, lifting it up and down. Or if this is tight enough, if this is enough stretch, just stay right here. Good, relax. Good, let's take it to the other side. So remember extending up towards the ceiling, holding on behind the thigh. And so if you decide to stay right here, you might want to try lengthening the leg for a little bit more intensity. Or bending that knee again and starting to lift the hands up into the calf area and see how far you can take this stretch. Relax your feet. Some of you might want to peel up. But remember, you're breathing and you're relaxing into the stretch. You can flex and point the toe. You can always roll out the ankle. And then we're going to take it to pigeon. Remember, you can stay right here in the figure four, where you're just pushing that knee away. Or you can hug and bring both knees to chest. You can take a deep breath and extend that back leg, drawing both knees a little closer to your body. Good, let's stay here for 2 more breaths, just relax. Good, and then take your time as you release both legs. Good, both feet are on the floor. Good, we're gonna drop both knees to one side. We're gonna roll up onto our side, and we're gonna finish with a seated balance. And this is called the lotus balance. And so we begin actually with the soles of our feet together again, like we did earlier. And so we warmed up those hips. So do the best you can on this balance. What we're going to do is we're going to take our hands and bring them underneath. And we're going to pick up our feet if we can, and we're going to lean back and try and find our sit bones. So you want to make sure your chest is lifted. You've glued your feet together, and you've relaxed your knees out to the side. So this can be tricky if you're really tight in the hips, or you haven't warmed up your hips. But if this is a little bit too much to come up and find the balance on your sit bones, just stay right here and try and deepen your stretch so that the elbows can start to open up that hip joint. So this balance is wonderful. You can actually take the hands and lay them flat so the palms facing up. You're sitting up nice and tall. Wonderful balance. And we're still breathing. Good, one more time, nice long breath. And then start to lean forward, lowering your feet. Good, bring those knees back together. Relax, you're gonna draw those legs out in front of you. Again, just relax through the hips, shake it out. And we're gonna finish with some neck and shoulder exercises. So we're gonna cross at our ankles. And we're going to bring the hands out in front, and we're going to gently walk those fingers forward until you feel a little bit of tension in the lower back. And then we're going to take a nice deep breath, and we're going to walk over towards our right knee. We're going to fold. Good, take your time as you walk over towards the other leg and gently melt into that leg. Good, and then slowly come back up. We're going to lift our shoulders all the way up to our ears. And then on the exhale, you want to release. Let's do that again. Shrug your shoulders. Gently squeeze. Exhale, let it go. Wonderful. We're going to take one arm. We're going to drop ear to shoulder. And we're going to let that side neck stretch come all the way down the arm and out the fingertips. Take a nice deep breath as you center the head. And then outstretched arms are going to come across. You're going to touch the other shoulder. And we're going to hold the elbow as we look the other way. Good, and then as you release, we're going to make sure both fingertips are on the mat. We're going to drop the opposite ear to shoulder. And then see if you can raise the other arm off the ground. Sending that neck stretch down the arm. And then take a nice deep breath as you center. And this arm comes across. And if you're a veteran, you want to go a little deeper, you can bring that arm all the way into the chest. But make sure you look away from the hand. Nice deep stretch for the neck. Let's take a nice deep breath as we come back to center. We're going to do one more stretch. Interlace your fingers. Draw the palms away as we round our back. So a nice relaxing stretch for the spine. We're going to do some circles out in front of the chest. And then make sure you circle the other direction. And then again, drawing the crown of the head, lifting from the top of the head. We're gonna release the arms as we inhale up. We're gonna bring the palms together. You're gonna exhale your hands to your heart center. So we're gonna do 3 more, synchronizing the breath with the movement. And one last time, give me your best breath. Inhale deep. Exhale back to the heart center. Take a moment just to be present, being mindful of body and breath. And I'd like to wish everyone namaste. So thank you for joining me today for class. Hope to see you next week. We'll be doing a Sit and Be Fit class, and we'll be alternating every other week. Have a great day.